Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. Now we've gone ahead and set up the board. We're going to be taking on a level 2 Kingsman. I'm really kind of worried about this fight. I was worried about the last fight too, but we made it through. Hopefully we can make it through this one as well and not lose too many people. I've gone ahead and got our terrain all set up. We have a couple of Canthus plants out here because of our Screaming Bracers. We have a debris token that we drew as 2 of our random terrain pieces. Also, we have a giant stone face. You can use an action to get onto this, and once on there, ranged attacks get +2 accuracy, and they also get +2 range. Also, if it comes into effect, they ignore obstacles when making ranged attacks if you're on top of this giant stone face. I don't know if that's going to play a part, but we'll see. Who knows? That might actually come into play with all these other toppled pillars or whatever, these 3 broken pillars over here that we have to deal with, the stone columns. We're going to go ahead and get our monster all set up, and we're going to continue fighting. Now, I got some great comments from the last video, and one of the people actually reminded me of my butcher's cleaver. Totally forgot I had that weapon, but I don't have a place for it really on these guys right now, but in the future, I think I might try to spec somebody with it. Maybe we're going to start using a guy that can use an axe. That'd be pretty cool. All right, let's get him all set up. So our level 2 Kingsman is going to be a little bit different, not much, but just a little bit. He's going to gain all these things. The new one that he has that wasn't in the last fight is Silent Hymn. Now we're going to go through all of these because frankly, I have forgotten exactly how this guy plays, which is bad because you always want to know your enemy before you attack him, but I'm not going to remember him. All right, we're going to go ahead and get his AI deck set up. So we're going to take our basic cards here. We got all the ones with basic. We're going to mix these up and we're going to draw, it looks like 11 of these, which I bet there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are. I'm just going to take 11 of them. The reason I think there's 12 is because down here, the max he can have is 12. Now, of course, I bet there's 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. All right, we're going to go ahead and mix these up, and we're going to draw 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put this one to the side. And, oh, no, it's 4. I'm sorry, 4 of these. I'm going to take 2 out of here. I'm not fighting the big guy yet. We're going to take 4. So we've got 4 advanced cards, 11 basic cards, and 1 legendary card, and there is only 1 legendary card. We're going to go ahead and put it right there. All right, we're going to mix this deck up, and we're going to continue on. Now that we have that deck shuffled up, we're going to quickly give our hit location deck another truffle shuffle here, and then we're going to place our 3 battle pressure cards on top of it, and we're going to see how those work during the playthrough. But we're going to put them right there. They always start on top of that deck. Now, if we come over here, here are all the terrible, horrible cards that he has. We're going to start with the King's Aura. This is one we've had in the past. It says at the start of the monster's turn, when the hit location deck is shuffled, place the 3 battle pressure hit location cards on top of the hit location deck. So at the start of the monster's turn, or whenever it is shuffled. So we always have to put those back on top. We also have the weak spot here. This is going to be our saving grace. The monster has a -4 toughness when attacking from the monster's blind spot. And of course, the blind spot is the 2 spaces behind it. And we need to hit that blind spot because look at this. He's got a 15 toughness. That means he only has an 11 toughness from the back, but 15 is ridiculous. We've also got King's Combat. It says at the start of each monster turn, perform a basic action, then draw an AI as normal. So he basically always has 2 attacks, and the last card is out fighting. This is one where he's going to gain Reach 2. In Reach 2, the Kingsman can attack a target up to 2 spaces away. When the monster moves towards a target and the monster's movement 1 space away from the target, if the monster was already adjacent to the target, it will move 1 space away. This means the Kingsman can attack on diagonals. Those are his cards he had from the previous fight. Now here is our new one. Let's go ahead and take a look. It says, a strange hymn that cannot be heard, only felt. At the start of the survivor's turn, all survivors gain -1 movement token. Survivors with less than 1 movement may still move 1 space. Also, it says when a survivor's movement is reduced to 0, they suffer 1 random brain trauma and remove all tokens that survivor gained from Silent Hymn. Now, I can get rid of the tokens here by at any time a survivor may spend all their survival, all of it, absolutely everything, to remove all tokens gained from Silent Hymn. So I think our strategy is, I'm going to put this down over here. I think our strategy is going to be that if we can actually get up there and just start hitting him as fast as we can start spending our survival. And if we ever need to, we can just spend whatever left we have to go ahead and take care of this Silent Hymn when it comes time before we take brain traumas. Of course, this level 2 Kingsman starts with a +1 damage token and a +1 speed token as shown right there. He's good to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our survivors. Now, there's a few things we have to do for our survivors before we start. The first thing is I have to give the priority token target to him. He has anxiety, which means he always starts the game with this, unless he has stinky gear, and he doesn't have any stinky gear. The next thing I have to do is I've decided to take the cat eye circlet, so I replaced one of the items that Morel was holding to gain the cat eye circlet. Don't leave home without it, I'm telling you. All right, and the other thing I have to do is because Goldmoon has Quixotics, she's going to gain a survival and a strength token when she starts this game if she's insane. And she's got 5 insanity, so she's totally insane. And there you have it. We're ready to take on a level 2 Kingsman. Do you think we have what it takes to find out? I need you to meet me at the table. So we get to start with our turn first because he has come to our settlement. We're going to start by using Goldmoon. Goldmoon's going to be our first character to go. She's going to go ahead and dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, and then she's going to head and move to right there. That's going to be the first thing she's going to do. The reason I'm doing that is because I have those 3 battle pressure cards on top, and I need to get rid of those before any of our major attackers hit, because I'm not actually going to be doing damage to those. She's gone all the way up here. She could have used a surge action at some time, but I don't think she's going to. She's just going to use her basic move and attack action against that Kingsman. So she's going to use her Blood Paint to activate her round leather shield and her whistling mace. And I already know that the priority target token is on, who is it? Ullen. So Ullen is going to get attacked, so I'm not actually going to block with her at this point. So we're going to go ahead and roll our round shield. She needs an 8 to hit him. Now she has 0 presence fighting, so she's always attacking from the blind spot. So she needs a 7 to hit him with the round leather shield, and she failed. Now she does get 3 attacks with her whistling mace. Let's go ahead and see how these go. She's going to go ahead and roll them up, and she got a 5, a 4, and a 3. Now she is attacking in the blind spot again, so she did hit with one of these attacks. And all that's going to do is trigger one of our battle pressure cards. I was really hoping she'd get rid of more of these. But she's going to go ahead and actually give this a shot. She's going to try the King Step. I'm not sure if that's a good plan, but last time I fought it, a lot of people said you should really try the King Step. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So here is our King Step. We have read this in the past. It's been a while, but we don't have anything that's going to help us. We just roll a d10 and add +1 to the result for each tempo token. We don't have any tempo tokens. I'm going to roll in the book. Usually it's a bad idea, but we're going to roll in the book. I got a 9. Let's see what it says here. You sense a pattern and foresee the monster's attempt to trip you. At the last moment, you shift your balance, suffer 1 damage to the legs, but I get to gain a tempo token. Now it does have a blue path over here, but this blue path has to do with an innovation called Forbidden Dance. We don't have that innovation, so this blue symbol is not going to pertain to us. So Goldmoon is going to take 1 to the legs. We're getting 1 step closer to femoral artery time. We also have to spend 1 survival when we dashed, and she's going to gain a battle tempo token. And we're going to place that right here on our 0 battle tempo token here, and it says archive battle tempo if you have the King Step secret fighting art. We of course don't have that yet. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next character. Actually, we're going to go ahead and spend 1 survival again to go ahead and surge with her. I might as well, because I'm going to have to lose this anyway when we get to the point where we can't move anymore. So we're going to go ahead and, use our Blood Paint again to try to hit him. And again, I don't need to use my block because, well, like I said, he's already going to be the priority target token. So let's see if we can hit this person. We got a 9, so that is a hit. We have taken another battle pressure card off the deck. Let's go ahead and try battle pressure again. I'm going to roll a die, and I get to add 1 now because of my battle pressure token. And we got a 3 + 1 is 4. I'm not going to read the book out. I'll just read you what it says. 4 states, the monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with your own momentum. Spend 1 survival or suffer a random severe body injury, and I gain a tempo token again. So you bet I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my survival, bring it down to 6, and we're going to gain another tempo token here. So she is up to 2. That's pretty cool. All right, we're going to continue on. We've got our mace. We're going to go ahead and see if we can hit with that. I need a 5+ in the blind spot, and I hit 3 times. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and draw the 3 cards off the top of the hit location deck. And our first one is, of course, our battle pressure, but let's see what else we have. We have found the halberd spear. The attacker is wearing any heavy gear. They suddenly feel their knees buckle and are knocked down. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of their hit location deck. Oh, that's terrible. All right. And then the next one is reflex. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the location deck. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. Critical wound. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not sure exactly. So this is first strike, but I have my battle pressure card that also comes into play. This hit is canceled if the survivor is adjacent to the monster. They may attempt King's Step. I think I have to do the first strike card first, no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and deal with the first strike card. We're going to go ahead and see if we can wound this. Maybe critically wounding would be fantastic. Now, of course, our mace is going to do some help here, but I don't think this is going to be any good. All right, we'll see how it goes. I got, oh, Lantern 10, it was good. We got a critical hit. Oh my gosh, here we go. Critical hit. The blow cracks the finely worked spear blade. The Kingman gains -1 speed token. That's awesome. That means I'm just going to go ahead and discard this +1 speed token. And we've wounded this, and the reaction does not happen. That's amazing. I'm going to put that there, and he has taken 1 wound. Now we're going to go ahead and decide what we want to do next. Actually, I should have put these in order before I did that. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do the Regal Sheath next. I think you have to do it like this. I'm not sure, and I apologize if I'm doing this wrong. I might have to do that battle pressure card first, but we got through it, so I think we can go ahead and choose the order of what we want. So again, we're going to go see if we can hit the Regal Sheath. We got a 4, okay, or wounded, I should say. 4 plus 3 is 7, and we get an extra strength token for 9. That's not enough. We did not wound the Regal Sheath. We're going to go ahead now and attempt our battle pressure, which means we're going to go ahead and roll. Now I get +2 to this roll this time, and we got a 4. So again, I'm going to have to spend a survival. We're going to go to 5. Wow, she lost 4 survival this turn, but we gain another battle pressure token, and we're going to go ahead and put this with the rest. She's up to 3 battle pressure tokens. Now we have to deal with that reflex. Now we did 1 wound from our critical. Now we have to put battle pressure cards on top because of our reflex. It states return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck and perform a basic action targeting the attacker. So I did do those in the wrong order. I should have done the battle pressure card first because I was going to get attacked, and I don't want to get attacked. We're going to put all 3 of them back on top, which is awful. And we're going to go ahead and now get attacked by the, what is it? Kingsman. Yeah, he's going to hit us with our basic action. So the Kingsman basic action states target the survivor in the blind spot. Well, we don't have to pick the target. It's going to be her. Full move forward toward the target. Make a separate attack each survivor in the highlighted zone in order indicated by the arrows. So we're going to go ahead and get hit by this guy. Afterwards, I'm going to take bash and knock back 5 in the direction indicated by the arrows, which is going to be that way. Now, he does have his outfighting card, so he is actually going to back up a step before he makes his attack. Our basic action here is going to have 3 speed. We're going to go ahead and roll our dice and see how he does. He got 4, 4, 6. So the 4s do not hit. He needs a 3 accuracy, but I have +2 evasion. So if these 2 miss, he needs to get a 3, 4, 5 or better. And of course he did with 1 of his hits. So we're going to go ahead and roll to see where that hit us. It hit us in the head, and we're going to take 3 damage. Now this is during her attack, so she cannot use her survival to dodge this. So 3 damage to the head is pretty terrible, and she's going to lose half of her armor there. Oh, wow. What a big hit. And it's the first round, and I already forgot our battle or silent hymn card that I should be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and put a die on everybody's character card. Her movement is 5, so it actually is only a 4. Now this is going to affect this attack in any way because she still could have dashed up 4 and then moved 4, so she would have actually a total of 8 movement at the time. Now at the end of my turn, I could go ahead and move 1 space if I wish. Now that her activation is over, she is going to move 1 space this way, and let's see who goes next. Our next person to act is going to go ahead and be Sarah. She's going to move. Now she has to lower her speed by 1, so she's going to go to a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does get +1 speed because of her White Lion boots. Now at this point, she's going to activate her White Lion cloak, and she's going to spend her speed and her action to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Now this, I don't believe, is going to be affected by the actual Battle Hymn card, because it just means that our movement is reduced by 1. She's using her movement action to do this. So if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But she's going to pounce in 1, 2, 3, and she's going to go ahead and hit him with her cat fang knife. Now, of course, that is going to cost us 1 survival in order to dash. So she's going to go down to 8. And we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to that Kingsman. Now, of course, our cat fang knife is going to allow us to roll 3 dice, but then we get an extra 1 because of our White Lion armor. I also get +1 accuracy here because of our White Lion gauntlets. So we're up to a 6-5. We need a 5 or better in order to hit this guy. Now I have an innate accuracy of 1, so now we only need a 4. So we're going to roll up our 4 dice, see how we do. We got a total of 4 hits. 2 of these are perfect hits, which means I'm going to gain 2 +1 strength tokens because of our cat fang knife. That is linked to 3 red things. Not this particular one, but all of the things that this character has a total of 3 links. So I'm going to gain 2 +1 strength tokens. We're going to place those right there. And of course, I will lose those if I get knocked down. Now I have to take the top 4 cards, which of course is going to be the 3 battle pressure cards. And then we also, oh no, it's the evil trap of death. Gouts of acid spew from the attack cracks in the monster's armor. Attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces of the monster suffer damage to a random hit location equal to the number of wounds on the wound stack. Any survivor with a shield may elect to protect themselves and ignore this trap. Return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the hit location deck. Oh, wow. All right. Well, okay, so she's going to take a wound to a random hit location. There's only 1 in there, which is, this isn't a bad time to get the trap. So we're going to go ahead and take 1 to the feet, which is actually pretty bad because it seems like all those battle tempo cards also do that as well. So she's going to go down to 3 armor in her legs. And now we're going to have to go ahead and shuffle the hit location deck and also see if I hit Old Moon with this as well. She has a shield she can choose to discard, to not take damage, and I think that's what she's going to do. And we're now going to return these battle pressure cards, of course, back to the top of the deck. But before I do that, we're going to have to go ahead and shuffle up our hit location deck again, putting that trap hopefully on the bottom, and hopefully it never comes up again. Well, it's probably going to come up again. And we have to take our 3 battle tempo cards, of course, put them back on top. Wow, I have to get through these tempo cards. I can't believe I haven't hit this. Well, I did hit once, which is pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to surge with her as well, bring her survival down to 7. So let's see what we can do this time. So again, we're going to use our cat fang knife. Now, I don't get the bonuses from pouncing anymore because, well, I am not pouncing, I'm just surging. So we need to get a 5 or better because I only have +1 accuracy with her. So let's see how we do. I need to get a 5 or better. I got 2 hits, which is just 2 battle pressure cards. Oh, terrible. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can do about our battle pressure cards. I'm going to roll my dice and see if we're able to deal with these. We're going to roll our first one, and our first one is a 9. I believe I lose damage to my legs, and I also gain a battle tempo, but we'll check that in a second. And then we also get to add 1 to the next roll, which I threw out of the dice case. And we got an 8, which is going to be a 9. So we got 2 9s. Let's take a look. So 9 does give us 2 battle tempo tokens, but we do have to take 2 damage to the legs, which means we're down to 1 armor in the legs already. Oh, I'm so afraid of our femoral artery. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use my Screaming Horns as my surge action. We're going to use a surge action to scream. Non-deaf insane survivors gain +1 movement until the end of the round. So all these people are not deaf. Nobody's deaf. And these 3 are insane. This one's not. I should have probably done this earlier, but he's going to do that now because that way I can actually get him to move. He gets 5 speed now instead of 4 because of that him. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I lied. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. Then he's going to go ahead and use his Screaming Coat to do that awesome ability. Slam. Spend your movement to full move forward in a straight line. If you move 4+ spaces, stop adjacent to the monster. It suffers knockback 1 and -1 toughness till the end of the round. That's going to be awesome. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. Slam him back 1 space. And we're going to go ahead now and see what the actual armor is that he has. It says, Skewer. After you slam, spend your action to move 1 space and activate a melee weapon with +2 strength. If you wound with a spear, apply that roll result to the next selected hit location. this attack. Okay, so sadly none of this is really going to come into effect. So I get +2 strength. I'm going to be hitting all those battle tempo cards anyway. All right, but we are going to go ahead and do this to move 1 space and activate a melee weapon with +2 strength. If you would wound with a spear. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move my space because otherwise I don't think the rest of it activates. And now we're going to go ahead and attack him with that Lance of Longinus. Now, of course, dashing is going to knock Alan's speed or survival down to 8, and surging is going to bring it to a 7. So he's got 7 survival left. So with our Lance, we have to hit on a 6+, but it's going to be a 5+ because I get +1 accuracy. Let's see how we do. We hit with a critical or a perfect hit. It doesn't really help him much, but that's okay. Oh, he gets +1 insanity on a perfect hit. He is crazed, which is pretty awesome. So he's going to gain +1 insanity, bring his insanity up to 7. Now, of course, he does hit the battle pressure card, which is fine, and we're going to go ahead and see what happens to him. He got a 9. So again, he's going to suffer 1 damage to the legs, and he's going to gain a tempo token. He's going to get a tempo token. That's going to be the end of his turn. There's nothing more he can do, but we have got all the battle pressure cards off the top of the deck in time for our last character to hopefully be able to shoot him with his bow. This, I hope, goes absolutely perfectly. We'll see how it goes. He is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. Oh, I think he might. Yep, he can. He moved 4 to right there. He's going to spend his surge action. He's going to go down to 8. Now let's see if he keeps this by rolling a die and getting a 6+. If I can even find the 8. Where is it? There it is, right there. We're going to roll our die, see if we keep it. Oh, it was a mute point to find the 8. We're just going to put it back to 9. And we're going to go ahead and surge. And he can place himself anywhere on this. He's going to place himself right here. Now at this point, he can now activate his arc bow. His arc bow gets a range of 6. It's cumbersome, meaning I have to spend my movement as well. So now he's going to go ahead and spend his movement since he dashed. Oh, I've had to dash. So I have to roll again too to see if I am able to do that. Okay, that I didn't get back. Now I got to find the 8 again. All right, there's our 8. So we have dashed and lost a survival. We used our surge action and did not use a survival. And now we're going to go ahead and attack with this bow. There's a range of 6, but I get +2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares away, and I ignore obstacles, meaning I believe if these are obstacles, I'm going to be ignoring them. We're going to see if we can hit with that arc bow. So this arc bow, of course, only gets to roll 1 die, but I get +3 accuracy to this roll. Let's see what we get. We got a 10, a perfect hit. I don't think that helps him in any way. He has nothing that's going to give him any extra for a perfect hit, but he does actually get to hit a hit location. Let's see what we hit. The death blow card. Well, this came way too early. If you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound this location. Oh, I've got daggers. That's going to be really good. But I'm not even going to read the killing blow because it's not going to happen. That's for sure. We're going to go ahead and roll to see if we actually wound this location. We got a 4 plus we get 6 or 9. Sorry, 4, 5, 9, 13 plus he has an extra +2 strength. So 9 plus 4 is 13, 14, 15. And our Kingsman does have exactly 15 toughness. So we have actually wounded him with the arc bow. Go arc bow, awesome. So we are going to take a wound off the hit location. We've done 2 wounds to him in the first round. I was hoping for a little bit more, but that's okay. So at the beginning of his turn, he's going to go ahead and do his King's Combat, which means he's going to perform his basic action. Now this basic action is going to target the person with the priority target token, which is going to be him. He's going to go ahead and take this. He's going to go ahead and see here. The basic action, full move forward, target them, makes a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in order indicated by the arrows. All right, so he's going to go ahead and attack him, but he is going to take a step backwards, destroying this. And he's going to go ahead now and make that attack in this lane right here, which is going to attack him. Now, he's going to pick his target, then he's going to do all this stuff. He's going to full move forward and all this, so I can't really do anything about getting out of the way of this. So we're just going to go ahead and take the hit. So, of course, our basic action does have a speed of 3. Let's see how this goes. Okay, he hit with 1, 2. He hit with 2 hits. I can go ahead and dodge one of these, depending on which one it hits me in. We're going to go ahead and see where this hits him. It hits him in the hands and the body. I think we're going to dodge the body shot. And we're going to go ahead and get hit in the hands, which means Owen's survival is going to drop down to 6. So getting hit in the arms is going to drop his armor down to 2 in the arms. Hopefully he doesn't get hit anymore in the arms. That'd be bad. Now it states that he is going to suffer knockback 5 and bash, which is right here. bash and knock back 5 in the direction indicated by the arrows, which is going to be this way. So he's going to hit this. And it does say on the 3 stone column card here, when a survivor collides with the stop their movement and archive the terrain, they suffer 1 damage from random hit location. That's no good. All right, but he does also suffer bash. He gets knocked over. Good news, he loses the priority target token, so hopefully we can stop that from happening. But he is going to get hit in a random location. Let's see where it is. He got hit in the body for 1, bringing his armor down to 4. We're now going to go ahead and see what he does to us. Lantern Mirage. When Lantern Mirage comes into play, draw an AI card. All right. The Kingsmen synchronize subtle movements with Lantern Light pulses. With Lantern Mirage in play, the monster gains +3 evasion tokens. Oh, this is a trait card. I'm not going to be able to get rid of this. When this comes into play, any survivor carrying gear with the other keyword feel lightheaded and are knocked down. Discard Lantern Mirage when a survivor performs a perfect hit. Okay, so he has +3 evasion right now. Yuck. All right, I do have to draw another AI card. First, let's see if anybody gets knocked down. Well, I looked through all the gear, and guess who's got other? Yep, him. Cat Eye Circle It. That's an other gear, so he's going to be knocked down. Let's go ahead and get our next card. And so we're going to place our 3 evasion tokens right here. Now this guy's going to be impossible to hit. And we're going to keep our Lantern Mirage right down there. We're going to go ahead and draw our next card. Now before we draw the card, I do have to put my battle pressure cards back on top and go ahead and see what he has. I have to put those on the top of the deck at the start of his turn. We're going to go ahead and see what happens. We have found Axe. Closest threat in field of view. Oh, okay. No target guard. Full move forward towards the target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in order indicated by the white arrows. Oh boy. Bleed too. Oh yuck. All right. Look at all this. All right. We're going to go ahead and resolve this and see what I can do. So we have a problem. He's going to step up right here and attack her because he's going to be out fighting. He's going to get both these characters with this axe attack. That is not going to be very good at all. So I have to try to figure out how to prevent this. He's going to move after he picks his target. So he's going to pick her as the target. Let's see if I can clear some people out of here and not get hit. Let's first look at his movement value. His movement value is going to be 6. So much for getting everybody out of the way. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and encourage with her. She's going to encourage him to stand up. So she's going to go down to 6 survival, which will be just fine. And then he's going to stand up and dash. He's going to go ahead and use his dash ability to get him down to a 5 survival. That's just fine. Now, where is he going to put himself? He's going to put himself in a position to be able to hit this person with that when he runs forward. Now, of course, he's only able to move 3 because when he activates his turn, he's going to lose a speed token. And the Screaming Coach, I don't even think is going to work because he needs +1. He needs to move 4 spaces. Well, that's terrible. All right. So I think what he's going to do is he's just going to move 1, 2, right to here because he's going to move up here and he's going to attack across that way. That's going to be our best plan. And then he can be right there ready to attack the next turn. So he has already dashed this turn. He can't dash anymore until it activates to him again. We're going to go ahead now and she's going to go get absolutely crushed. So we're going to roll our 3 dice for our axe card here. And unless a glorious Christmas miracle happens here, nope, we got hit 3 times with this because I don't have any way to try to get any evasion on her at all. I think she only has 1. So this thing needed a 4+. Oh, that didn't happen. So instead we're going to hit me 3 different hits here. All right, let's see where we got hit. This is going to be bad, bad news. We got 2 in the body and 1 in the hands. All right, we are going to dodge the body shot, and I can do that. We're going to go ahead and tick down our survival to a 5. And oh man, this is going bad, real bad. All right, she's going to go ahead and take the 3 damage to both of these locations. Now it's actually 4 damage. I think I forgot the +1 damage token when hitting some of our other characters. So 4 damage to the body and hands brings us out of armor. We don't have any armor in either of these locations anymore. Oh man, all right, and that's going to be all. I think. Oh, she also gets 2 bleeding tokens. That's going to be terrible. So we're going to put those on her card as well. And I didn't bring any bandages to this fight. I think I got rid of them and put that Cat Eye Circlet in place of it. She's also going to be knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bash. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Now, she's going to go ahead and stand up. That's the end of the monster's turn. It's going to be our turn next. I think I'm going to have her go first. She's going to move. Now, we all have to lose 1 speed again, meaning her speed is down to 3. but that's enough. 1, 2, 3 to move up and try to hit the Kingsman. So we're going to go ahead and put our cards out. This time she is going to use this card to block. So she's going to go ahead and block one of the attacks coming in because I want her to get hit now. That she's going to be my primary focus of getting hit because she actually has a bunch of armor. Well, at least for now. We're going to go ahead now and use our mace. We're going to roll our 3 dice. Of course, this guy has +3 evasion. Oh, we got 2 perfect hits. That's perfect. We get to go ahead and discard this thing. It says here on a perfect hit, bye-bye thingy. Discard Lantern Mirage when a survivor scores a perfect hit. And that means it loses its +3 evasion tokens. Now, I believe that's going to happen after the hit, so this one is going to miss, but these 2 do hit, meaning I get to go ahead and get 2 of those battle pressure cards off the top of the deck. Let's go ahead and take care of those. I think we're going to go ahead and see what they do. We're going to go ahead and roll our first one. We got a 4, plus she has a total of 3 battle tempo tokens, so she's up to a 7 on this battle tempo. 7 states, just as you start to follow the monster's subtle movements, the tip of the Kingsman's foot hooks your ankle. You are knocked down. Gain 1 tempo token. Oh, that's barf. Because now I can't do the other one because I'm knocked down. I have to pretty much cancel all my things, I believe. That's terrible. All right, well, we do get another one of our tokens, which is, I guess, half the battle. So we're going to go ahead and put this with the rest. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and have Morel encourage her. So let's see if she's able to get her to stand back up. Or she is, but she has lost 1 of her survival. She's going to go to 7 survival and encourage her to stand back up. And now, let's see, I think she's going to go ahead and surge to see if she can hit this guy again and get rid of those other battle pressure cards off the top of the deck. She needs a 5+, 4+, because she always hits in the blind spot. And she got 1 hit, which is just enough to get that last battle pressure card off the top of the deck. And let's see what happens to her this time. She got a 2 + 4 is a 6. And 6 states, it's the same thing. She got knocked down again and she gains another token. Oh my gosh. Well, she's a master of collecting these tokens, but she's also knocked down. So for surging, Gold Moon is going to go down to 4 survival, but she is going to be knocked down again. Wow. Well, she totally lost her body. All right, we're going to go ahead and knock her down. And now we have to move into somebody else's turn. I think we're going to go ahead and go with Morel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can still attack him. And I think that's what she's going to do. Oh, should I use my cat eye circlet? We're going to surge the cat eye circlet to see what's there, because now we know our next 3. We can know what they are. She does not get to keep her survival. She's going to go down to 6 survival, but we do get to see the next 3 hit location cards, and none of them are battle tempo cards, which is going to be fantastic. We found the trap again. Yuck, that goes to the bottom. Or maybe it goes to the top. It would only do 2 damage, but it would do 2 damage to everybody adjacent. Oh, this is terrible. If you hit with a dagger, gain +3 strength when attempting to wound, or reflex. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. If the attacker has King's Step, they may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces. Oh, this could be really good. This could be a good plan. Okay, let's see. If I can get him to move 2 spaces away from him, 1, 2 over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, just out of range. That's terrible. I was thinking I could maybe get him to trigger the trap while he's not adjacent to anybody. But I have a feeling somebody's about to get hit for 2. All right. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to, I think we're going to put him in this order. We're going to go ahead and do a normal wound, and then we're going to, what's the wound say? If the attacker has +3 understanding or King Step, the subtle pattern of the monster's evasive steps are laid out in the open. The attacker is on the verge of learning something big and may spend 5 survival to gain 1 permanent evasion. Wow, that's really good. All right, I don't think I have anybody with that much understanding. We're going to put them back in this order. Oh, this trap is on top. You're in the bottom. Yeah, more traps. I think it will still be best to attack with the Lance of Longinus first, because if we can get him to step away, at least he won't get hit with the spraying acid. So our Lance is going to go ahead and roll 2 dice. Kind of funny. I'm so used to rolling so many dice for this guy. He needs to roll 2. He needs a 6 or better to hit. Let's see how he does. He hit with both, which is perfect. That's exactly what I need him to do. We know what both of these locations are. We're going to go ahead and put them, we're going to hit the Regal back first, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the Regal Greaves. Let's see how we do. We're going to go ahead and hit the Regal back. We got a 4 + 9 is 13, plus he's got an extra 14, 15, 16. He has wounded the Regal back, which means I could spend 5 survival if I had 3 understanding. I don't. We're going to go ahead and see if we can wound the Royal Greaves. We got a critical 10, but sadly this does not have a critical wound on it, so we can't do a critical wound. But instead we do 1 wound. That's 2 wounds. He's now going to go ahead and do his reflex. So we did do 2 more wounds. I mean, I'm digging that lance. That's pretty good. Of course, I have been forgetting the power of the lance, which means that each time you wound, at each showdown, the first time you wound, the monster gains a -1 toughness token. So he should have -1 toughness. We have to go ahead and put that on him. Now we have to continue on with the reflex, and it states that the attacker has turned to face the attacker without turning them, move the monster 2 spaces away. If the attacker has King's Step, they may follow the Kingsman, move him 2 spaces forward. Not happening. We're just going to turn and move him 2 spaces. 1, 2. He's going to go straight through this, which is just fine. Now that's the end of his turn. I could... No, I've already dashed, so he can't dash and he can't hit with the spear. That's the end of his turn. It's going to be his. He's going to go ahead and dash. 1, 2, 3. He can only dash 3 squares because all of our people keep losing speed because of that terrible, terrible thing. So he now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away though. So now I can use my arc bow and we're going to trigger that trap if I hit, which is going to be awesome. I do have to roll to see if I get my survival back. We do. We didn't spend any survival. And sadly, I just hit the die on the survival. I think I had 6. We're going to go ahead and keep him with 6. If I may have had 7, not exactly sure. That's okay. If it goes in his favor, it should probably always go in the monster's favor. So, of course, we are going to fire our bow. We only get 1 die. Let's see if we hit. We got a 6. That's enough. Look, I got a 6. That hits him. That's going to trigger that trap. Oh, this is going to be perfect. All right, let's see. It says, gouts of acid spew from the cracks in the monster's armor. The attacker is doomed. All survive within 2 spaces. The monster suffer damage to a random hit location equal to the number of wounds on the stack. And there are 4. Then it says, return any discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the deck. And I can try to ignore the trap by protecting myself with a shield. But I think this is going to be perfect. There is nobody within 2, 1, 2 squares. She is laying in this square. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, nobody's going to get hit by this trap. We're going to go ahead and shuffle his location deck. Also put those battle pressure cards on top. Then he's going to go ahead and do his action, which is going to be terrible. Here we go. He's going to start by using King's Combat, and his King's Combat is going to move up, and he's going to target... Now, oh, but wait a minute. Before this attack goes off, this is where I might want to use some survival, is between his attack and everything here. Because if I can get some of these people to stand up, that'd be great. I think I'm going to go ahead and have Ullen use his survival to go ahead and encourage somebody to stand up. Oh, but he's only got 5 survival left. Basically, what's about to happen is he's going to step up 1 and target him. And it's going to hit all of this. And she's standing here and she's going to get hit. I don't want that to happen. And he's already encouraged this action. He's encouraged her to stand up. And I think he encouraged her to stand up as well. I don't think I have any encourage left. I might have 1. I might have his encourage. I think I will. I'll go ahead and encourage him with him. If I've already encouraged with him, I apologize, and I shouldn't actually be able to do this. We're going to encourage him to stand her up, and she's going to move out of the way. He's going to move up and attack her. So she's going to go ahead and dash to, I guess, right here. Why not? That'll be good. No, right there. She's going to dash to right there. She still has 3 speed. She's going to dash to right there. She's going to lower her survival down to 3. She's so close to being out of survival, but that's okay. And now he's going to go ahead and target that character. The reason I'm doing that is if we look at his card, it says full move forward in a straight line, make it a separate attack against everybody. He's going to target a survivor in the blind spot or closest threat. Oh, if I encourage, that makes her the closest threat. Oh no, I can do it after the target's been picked. Okay, whew. So I'm going to select the survivor. In the blind spot, there isn't, so it's going to be the closest threat. She's still knocked down. He's selected his target. She's going to encourage to go right over to here. He's now going to go ahead and attack him with his spear. So his basic action is going to have him rolling 3 dice. Good thing we got rid of that +1 speed token. That was absolutely awesome. Let's see how he does. He's going to need some low... Oh, he missed with 1, but he does hit with 2, meaning Ullen's going to get hit with 2. And where are these going to get hit? The waist and the waist. I think we're going to block a waist. We're going to dodge the waist, bringing his survival down to 3. We're ripping through our survival, but like I said, that's not a bad thing because eventually I'm going to have to use it anyway. I'm going to use all of it just to get rid of that horrible, horrible card, the Symphony of Death or whatever, the Silent Hymn. That's what it is. Now we do have to take 3 damage, get knocked back 5, and bashed. So he's going to take 3 to the body, but it's actually 4. Or sorry, it's to the waist, not to the body. The waist is taken 4, so it goes down to 2. This thing's still at 4. And now he's also going to get knocked down and bashed. So he's going to get knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bash. He's on the ground. He's out for a while. Not the end of the world. It's going to now be his turn to draw an AI card. Let's see what he has found. He's going to go ahead and spear, closest threat in field of view and in range. That's totally fine. That's going to be her. And then he's going to full move forward. He's going to go ahead and spear towards the full move towards the target, make a separate attack against each survivor. They're all, it's just going to be the straight pattern here, and there's nobody in the pattern. She's just going to go ahead and get wrecked. He's going to go ahead and roll his 3 dice and see how he does with the spear. A 2, a 6, and an 8. So we can go ahead and block one of these. We're going to block that one. He's going to go ahead and hit us in the body. That's fine. Gold Moon's going to use one of her survival to go down to 2. She's going to be down to 2 to survival and go ahead and dodge that shot. She doesn't get hit. She doesn't take a +1 movement token. Everything is happy for her. We get to go ahead and stand her up, which is just awesome. And now we're going to be moving into our turn. I think we're going to go ahead and start with her. She's just going to go ahead and attack him. Oh, he has to turn to attack her when he hit it with the spear. So Gold Moon's going to go down to 2 speed. Wow, it's absolutely out of control. We're going to use our blood paint. Our shield we're going to block with, but we're going to go ahead and hit with our whistling mace. Let's see how we do. I get to roll 3 dice. I rolled a 9, a 5, and a 4. I believe the 4 misses. 6, 5. No, all 3 of these hit because she always attacks in the blind spot. She needs a 5, and she has an additional. Oh, she doesn't have any additional accuracy. So she did miss with this, but that's okay. We get 2 of those battle pressure cards. Let's go ahead and take care of them. We're going to roll them one at a time. Our first one we're going to roll is a 9. We got 9 plus a million. What do we got? 5. 9 plus 5 is a 14. Let's go ahead and read that. I was going to go ahead and just read it from the book, but this actually happens. 10 plus. You grasp the pattern behind the monster's fine movements, a rhythm that lets you control the pace of the fight. You have overcome the battle pressure and learned something valuable. Gain King's Step, secret fighting art. So Gold Moon has gained the King's Step. It says, whenever you attack, you may discard any number of battle pressure hit locations drawn and draw an equal number of new hit locations. That's awesome. Whenever you attack after drawing hit locations, but before rolling to wound, you may choose 1 hit location drawn and discard it to draw a new hit location. So this works on any monster. The top part is only really going to work on him. Of course, the trap is bad. So it is kind of a risk reward. I could discard 1 and draw a new one, but hope it's not the trap. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that right next to her because, wow, she's got a whole bunch of awesome secret fighting arts. I don't want to lose her. All right, we're going to go ahead now, and I get to discard our battle tempo card, I believe. Let's go ahead and read the bottom of this. I think it says when you have completed active battle tempo battle tempo if you have the King's Step secret fighting art, and we do. So we are done. We're going to go ahead. I think we're going to surge with her now that she can get through those cards. Then somebody else can come in and actually hit this guy. So she's going to go ahead and surge and see what we can do. She's going to go ahead and use her whistling mace to roll her 3 dice. Now she needs to get a 5 or better, 4 or better in the blind spot. Let's see how she does. She hit with all 3. That's awesome. Now I'm not going to use my shield because I still want to keep blocking with that. And I think I can only get 1 block token, but I could be totally wrong. Now, of course, we get to draw 3. The top one, of course, is our battle pressure. We're just going to discard that. And we're going to see what our next 3 hit locations are. We have found the Regal Spittoons. If you hit with a dagger, okay, if I wound, I gain +1 survival. The Kingman staggers back, gains -2 toughness till the end of the... Oh, I want to hit that so bad. All right, let's see what the next one is. Regal Gauntlets. Oh, it's the same thing. All right, and then we've got, what's this? An Axe Blade, first strike. If the attacker is wearing any heavy gear, they suddenly feel their knees buckle and are knocked down. Return a discard battle pressure card to the top of the hit location deck. Oh, no, I totally need to hit that. Then I have to hit it first, and I need to critically this because I don't want to fall down or I'm going to be able to do anything to the rest of the things. Oh, we almost criticaled it because I have +1 luck. I need a 9. We didn't. We got an 8. This is still a wound, but now I'm probably going to be knocked down, and I'm going to have to put the battle pressure cards on top because all of her gear is probably heavy. Let's take a look. It's right here. Leather, armor, set, nothing. Oh, I thought this was going to be heavy. I mean, the White Lion gear is heavy. That's not heavy. That's awesome. So I'm not knocked down. And I don't think any of our weapons are either. This one is a weapon, melee club, bone. That's not a heavy item. We don't have any heavy items. That's awesome. All right, so we did wound. We're going to keep on going. Keep the wound train going here. Let's see what we got. We got a 5 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10. We got a total of 10, which is just enough to do it damage to this guy. Oh, that's awesome. And it means this thing is a wound. I'm going to gain back a survival. I'm going to go to 2 survival. That's going to be awesome. We're going to go up 2 survival. It is at -2 till the start of the next round. That's another wound. Let's go ahead and wound this thing again. We got a 4. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus this thing is -2. And it has a 10 right now because of its negative toughness token. So that's a wound. That's 3 wounds. Oh, man, we are doing awesome now. I say that now. Now we're going to find the trap. I also gain an extra survival for that as well. So she goes back up to 3. She's doing really good. That's 3 awesome hits. She's becoming the absolute MVP of this. 1, 2, 3 wounds. Awesome. Let's go on to somebody else. The next thing we're going to do is he's going to go ahead and fire the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's totally in range. Let's see what he can do. So we're going to go ahead and roll the bow. I only get to roll 1, and it's cumbersome, so I have to use both my speed and my action. And he's only got a speed of 2 right now anyway, or movement, sorry, of 2. He got a 9, so he did hit. Let's see where he hit. He was able to hit the Regal Sheath. Reflex, return any discarded battle pressure cards at the top of the deck. Oh, and perform a basic action targeting the attacker. Oh, yuck. All right, we need to totally take this guy out. We need to get a critical wound. Oh, we didn't, but we wounded him, and he's going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Good news, we were able to wound him, so I'm going to put that here and put a card over here. Bad news is I have to replace all the battle pressure cards at the top of the deck, and he has to attack him. Now, there's not much I'm going to be able to do, except before the reflex actually happens, I can do some survival. So before return all the discarded battle pressure cards to the top of the location deck and perform basic action targeting the attacker, before this happens, I can do survival. And I'm going to choose to go ahead and surge with him. He's going to go ahead and see if he keeps his survival. He does not. He is going to go down to 5 survival on his die, which is awesome. And he's going to go ahead and surge the cat eye circlet is what he's going to do. And he's going to do that before the battle pressure cards are placed on top, so we can see what's underneath the battle pressure cards. We've got the halberd handle, the Regal Embrace, and the Regal Helm. And of course, the helm allows us to gain a survival and get -2. This thing's going to move him away. And this is going to spend 2 survival to gain 1 courage and boldly deflect the halberd, or all survivors within 2 space of the Kingsman are knocked down. All right, I think we're going to put them in that order just like that. That'll be awesome. Now the reflex fires. So we're going to go ahead and place all those battle pressure cards right back on top. And now he's going to go ahead and move. And he's going to move up and attack him. And he's got so much movement that even if I decided to try to dash out of the way, it wouldn't matter. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here and attack him. And he's going to keep his kings fighting or step fighting or whatever. So he is actually 1 square away, which isn't bad because now she can pounce on in. His basic action is going to roll 3 dice. We're going to see how this goes. Hopefully he doesn't hit. He missed with 2. Look at that. He missed with 2 of them. That's awesome. But sadly, I can't dodge because this is during his attack. So he's going to actually just take this one. Let's see how it goes. He got hit in the hands for 4 damage. Getting hit for 4 damage in the arms isn't the end of the world. He's just going to lose all his armor and gain a light wound. And we're going to continue on. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and have Sarah go ahead and pounce on in. And she's going to go ahead and spend both her movement and her action to go ahead and hit him. Now she gets some extra bonuses because of that pounce. So she gets to go ahead and use the cat fang knife with 4 dice. And at this point, she gets a 6+ to hit, but she actually gets a 4+ because she right now has +2 accuracy. Let's see how this goes. She hit with 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. That's awesome. And we're going to see how those go. Of course, 3 of them are battle pressure cards. And we're going to choose, I actually think I'm just going to, this hit is canceled. If the survivor is a adjacent monster, they may. I'm not going to king step. We have somebody with the king step, so we can get rid of these cards. We're going to go ahead and start hitting this guy. If you hit with a dagger, dagger gain +3 strength when attempting to hit this location. I am hitting with a dagger. This is awesome. Come on, let's really get him. We got a 3. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got an 8, 9, 10, which actually might be enough. It is enough, and it's not just 10. I get so many bonuses with this guy, it's absolutely out of control. So this right here is a total of 5. 6. We get 6 right here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we also get +1 with our coat. 12, 13. And she gets +2 because of who she is. So that's 15. She got a 15. This thing actually has a 14. So we did wound this location, meaning this thing has, oh, she gets a survival. That's going to be awesome. She's going to go back up to 6 survival, which she's going to use right now to surge back down to 5 to hit this thing again. But she goes ahead and gets the survival, and this thing gets -2 toughness in the turn, so I'm going to put that card right there. We're going to go ahead and hit this guy again. I got 4 attacks coming at this guy. Come on, here we go. I got a critical or a perfect hit, which is enough to actually really do some damage. Now, sadly, this 3 is not going to hit. I'm not pouncing anymore, and it wouldn't hit anyway, but I do get a +1 strength token, which is really going to help, so I'm going to add that right there. And we're going to see what our next 2 hit location cards are. I think we know what they are. We have seen these. we're going to go ahead and put them in that order. We're going to go ahead and put them just like this. We're going to start by taking on the halberd handle and see how it goes here. We're going to roll our die, and we got a critical wound. That's awesome. We were able to, the halberd's handle splinters. The Kingsman gains a -1 accuracy token. That'll help us so much. All right, now let's go ahead and do the Regal of Embrace and see how that goes. We got a 5, that's enough to wound it. So we have done 3 wounds, but now of course we do have to deal with his reflex. So we did 3 wounds and we got a -1 accuracy token for him. So we're gonna take the top 3 cards off this deck, 1, 2, 3, put them just like that. And now we're gonna continue. I don't think there's anything left I can do though, but that was really cool. Now, since it is the beginning of his turn, he's going to go ahead and just throw these back on top, and we're going to go and see what he does with his basic action. So his basic action is going to go ahead and target survivor in the blind spot, then the closest threat. The closest threat is going to actually be one of these two because he's actually a space away. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have him attack her, which means he's going to turn around and back up, which is going to be bad because I'm going to run into her and cause collision. So what she's going to do is she's going to go ahead and spend 1 survival to dash. She's going to go down to 4. So I don't have to deal with getting collided with and all this. And she's actually just going to dash 1 square behind her. She's going to dash 1 square that way. So she's actually going to stay in his blind spot. I don't know what his AI card is, but if he doesn't move, she's going to be able to stay right there and hit him in the blind spot. It'd be just great. A smarter plan of mine would actually be to back up farther and maybe pounce in, but I'm going to be going to 2 speed when I activate that character next. And I don't think I can any longer use pounce, but I could be wrong. He's going to go ahead and attack her in that big sweeping motion. We're about to find out if that -1 accuracy token really paid off. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. We got, oh, it did pay off. Look at this, nothing hit. He needed a 5 or better, 6 or better actually. She's got +2 evasion and the +1 accuracy token. He needed a 6 or better. He missed with absolutely everything. Oh, what a great time for that to have happen. Of course, now we have to go ahead and actually draw the AI card. Let's see what we have found. King's Grace, all threats in death zone. Zone of death. No, okay. Oh boy, that's a big zone of death. It says, in order of the monster controller's choice, which I don't use that because we're playing by ourselves, choose attack each target in the zone of death. Survivors with King's Step may ignore this attack if the monster does not attack any survivor's guard. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so he's going to actually plow through all these people. So she's going to ignore the attack, which is awesome. He's going to get wrecked, and she's going to get smoked. All right, let's see what happens. The smart thing would be for him to dash at this point. He's going to dash to right there. He's going to see if he keeps his survival, and he does. He gets to keep his survival because the zone of death is only the 2 squares around him, which is just fine. It's going to be these 2 squares. She's not going to get knocked back after this attack, and I think we're just going to go ahead and take it because if I don't, he's going to guard. And if we look at what guard says, it says you can't hit this guy. It says the Kingman ends its turn and gains +5 toughness until the start of its next turn. Barf. We don't want to deal with that. So we're going to go ahead and just take 1 set of hits on her. So this card is going to go ahead and get 3 attacks and needs a 4 or better to hit, and he hit 1 time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is so good. See what this, in the body, I don't even care. I'm going to dodge it. Sarah's going to go ahead and dodge that attack. She's going to go down to 3, so she didn't even get hit. And now let's see what we can do this guy. Oh, I really need to get some good rolls, and hopefully we don't find that trap or we could be in big trouble. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stand Lanceman up here. He's so far away. He's never going to make it back, but that's okay. He did good. He gave him a -1 toughness token. I'll take that any day of the week. All right, let's see what we can do. She's going to go ahead and move first. She's down to 1 speed. This could be the end for her when it comes to actually having any survival. She's going to move in with her 1 speed. She's going to go ahead and attack, and I think she's going to go ahead and surge and see how much she can do to this guy before she's going to spend all her survival to get rid of that terrible silent hymn. We're going to go ahead and just attack with our Whistling Mace. We're going to use the shield to block again. I didn't actually block anything, but I'm going to keep it for blocking anyway because I think that's the best plan. Or maybe I can use it even though I've already blocked with it. It's got the block token on there. Why can't I attack with it also? I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with it. Let's see what happens. We missed. That's fine. It goes back over here, and it remains with its block token on it from what I understand. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. We're going to go ahead and use our Whistling Mace. Whistling Mace got a 5 and a 4. The 4 and the 5 hit. The 1 does not. So we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be really weird. We're going to draw our top 2 AI cards, which are going to be our battle pressure cards. And our King's Step states that we can go ahead and I believe just discard them. It says whenever you attack, you may discard any number of battle pressure hit locations drawn and draw equal number of new hit locations. So I hope I do this right. I'm going to discard these two. I drew two. I don't want them. I'm going to discard them. But now I get to draw two that aren't battle pressure cards from what I understand. So we're going to see what we found. We found the Regal Breastplate. Oh, he's going to walk away from us. And another one, return and discard any battle pressure cards on top of the hit location to perform basic attack. Oh, yuck. All right. Well, these are absolutely terrible cards to get. We're going to go ahead and put them in that order and see how it goes. We're going to hopefully try to take this out. We roll it up. We got a 1. We totally failed. It's going to do a reflex. It's going to put all the battle pressure cards back on top. That's awesome. And then it's going to go ahead and do its basic attack. So it's going to roll its 3 dice. See how it does against us. It got a perfect hit and an actual hit. We're going to block this with our shield. We're going to take a bunch of damage, 4 damage to our waist for Gold Moon. We're going to go ahead and take 4 to the waist, bringing the waist down to 2. And of course, I'm going to get knocked back, which is going to put me completely out of the rest of this fight, which is terrible. She's going to be knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bashed. But she ignores bash because of her leather armor set. And that's really the end. I was hoping to surge with her to get some more attacks in, but that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to go with that knife again. All right, we're banking on our Cat Fang knife here to get rid of those battle pressure cards. I get to roll 4 dice. Let's see how this goes. I need to get a lot of hits. I got 4 hits. 6 plus to hit. I'm in the blind spot, so I need a 5, and she has +1 accuracy, so that's a 4. I hit 4 times. That gets rid of all those battle pressure cards. Thank goodness. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead, just discard all 3 of these. I'm not going to go for it anymore. We're getting close to hopefully taking this guy down. We have found the Regal Back. You hit with a dagger, you need +3. All right, let's go ahead and get +3 to this roll. Let's take this guy down. I need a critical or something. 8. Okay, that's awesome. 8 is enough. We wounded him. Let's see what it says here. If the attacker has +3 understanding or king step, the subtle pattern of their monster's okay, I can spend 5 survival to gain permanent evasion. That's not going to happen. We don't have that much survival. Not to mention, her speed is down to 2 now, which is pretty bad, but that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and, maybe we shouldn't surge. Yes, we should. We should surge. We should take this guy out. We're going to go down to 2 survival. We're going to surge and see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead and roll my 4 dice again, and hopefully take this guy down. I got a perfect hit, which gives me yet another strength token. So we're up to 2 +1 strength tokens. Put it right there. And we have 4 more hits. All right, let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have found the Halberd Spear. We have found the Regal Cut Plate. Oh no, we found the I knew it was going to come at some point. I was hoping I should have cat eye circled and found out where this was, and I could have shot it again with the bow. All right, let's see what it says here. All survivors in 2 spaces of the monster suffer damage to a random hit location equal to, oh my gosh, number of wound cards. I totally forgot about that. I don't have a shield. I have to return the battle pressure cards to the top and shuffle the deck. Oh no, this is terrible. She's going to suffer 1.5 billion wounds to the hands. So she's going to take a serious hit on the hands. First thing we're going to do is discard our strength tokens because we don't have those. We're going to get rid of all of her defense in her hands, which it looks like we already had. And she's going to take a light and heavy wounds to the hands because this guy has like 14 cards in his discard deck. I don't actually know how many it is, but it's way more than 2, that's for sure. And we're going to have to roll on the hands table. We're going to go ahead, roll it up, and see what we get. We got a 7. Hopefully she keeps her hands. That would be the best. She has suffered a broken arm, an ear-shattering crunch, suffer -1 permanent accuracy, -1 permanent strength. This injury is permanent. Wow, everything is permanent about this. And can be recorded twice. Gain a bleeding token, so she's up to 3 bleeding tokens as well as losing a strength and an accuracy. So now we're going to have to deal with the fact that all those battle pressure cards are back on top. And I think we're going to go ahead and have him go next. He's down to 2 speed as well. We're going to go ahead and move him 1, 2. He's going to dash 1, 2, bringing his survival down to 2. And now he's going to go ahead and attack with the Lance of Longinus and see how he does. And with the Lance, I need a 6+ to hit. Let's go ahead and see how we do. We hit twice. That's going to go ahead and get rid of 2 of these battle pressure cards. Now he only has 2 battle temple tokens. Let's go ahead and try these. Oh, I can't. I have to be adjacent to him. I'm not adjacent because I'm using my spear. So I'm just going to go ahead and discard them. He's now going to go ahead and surge. He's going to surge to 1 survival. So that's going to be the survival he's going to use in order to get rid of the fact that he can't move. We're going to go ahead and roll him up. We need a 6+, and we got a perfect hit. But a 5+ I don't. Oh, he does have +1 accuracy. So these are both going to hit. He gains an insanity, bringing himself up to 8 because he does have crazed as a fighting art. And we get to go ahead and see what the next 2 hit location cards are. Of course, one is battle pressure card. Goodbye. The next one, please don't put them back on top of the deck, is Regal Gauntlet. If you hit with a dagger, nope. It says the attacker gains +1 survival. The Kingsman staggers. Okay, I can get -2 toughness if I'm able to wound this location. Come on, wound this location. We got an 8. That's enough because look, I got +9. I get 17. This Lance is awesome. All right, so we got 17. More than enough to wound this guy. I get +1 survival, which means he's going to go back up to 2. But I think at some point I'm going to have to just use them to save his speed and or save him from that him. We're going to do 1 wound to our evil creature, this Kingsman. Oh, okay, this Lance, wow, awesome. So that's 1 more wound off the top, and we're going to move into the last person's turn, which is Morel's. And I think Morel's just going to stand where she is and fire that bow. And with the bow, we roll our die. We got a 6. That's enough. I needed a 6+. I got it. Let's see what we have hit. We have hit the Regal Gut Plate. It says turn to face the attacker without turning. Move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. All right. I don't have King Step, so I can't ignore this. We're going to go ahead and wound him. We got a 3 + 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's enough. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He is still reeling from the last attack, so he has -2 toughness until the start of the next monster's turn. So the next monster's turn hasn't happened yet, so we only need, he has 15 normally, he has 14 because of negative toughness, -2 because of the reeling in agony here, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's enough to wound him. Oh, good. Okay, but we do have to deal with the reflex. So we're going to go ahead and put this here, and we are going to do our 1 wound. He has a total of 4 cards left. Oh, wow. All right, let's see if we can take him down. We're going to probably put these back on top. Oh, before we put them on top, and before we deal with this reflex action, I'm going to go ahead and surge the cat eye circlet. Let's see if we keep our survival. We do. We keep our survival. I get to look at the top 3 hit location cards and see what we have found. We have found a halberd spear, which is going to be a first attack if I have heavy gear. Okay, I'm not going to have heavy gear because I know I'm attacking with first. Then this evil reflex. Oh, this one's terrible too. Oh, return a battle pressure card to the top of the deck. All right, we're going to go in that order. We're going to go in that order. I got a plan. We're going to put them just like that. We're going to go ahead and take care of the reflex. So he's going to turn to face the attacker and move 2 spaces away, knocking him into next week way over there. That's awesome. So at the start of his turn, we're of course going to put our battle pressure cards back on top. He's going to go ahead and do his King's Combat, which means he's going to do his basic action, which he is going to target somebody in his blind spot or the closest threat. That's him. He's going to move up 1, 2, 3, stop right there, and attack him with that sweeping motion. So we're going to go ahead and roll our 3 dice for a Kingsman, and he hit 1 time. These 2 do not hit. He's going to go ahead and roll his die. Hit him in the foot for 4. Is that going to be okay? I think I'm going to go ahead and dodge that attack. He still gets to draw an AI card. Oh, that's going to be really bad. And I'm not going to be able to dodge anything else. He could take 4 damage. That's okay. He's going to take the 4 damage totally fine. I'm not exactly sure why I'm going to take the 4 damage, because in Kingdom Death I've always learned that if you don't want to take damage, it's probably better if you shouldn't take damage. But we're going to go ahead and take it. We're going to go to a light wound, so we're not going to get knocked down. Of course, there is one small problem. He's going to suffer knockback 5 and bash. So he's going to go sliding right into this thing, which is going to stop his movement. He's not going to take any damage from it, but he's just going to stop, and he's going to get knocked down. He would also suffer collision if he hit this thing, which would knock him down, but he's being knocked down all over the place. Now we're going to go ahead and draw our AI card for him. So we're going to go ahead and mix up our AI cards here and give him a big old truffle shuffle and see which one we are going to draw. Hopefully it's not one that kills all our guys. We're going to draw this one right here. We have found, oh no, it's that Lantern Mirage again. He's going to go ahead and put this out and gain his 3 evasion tokens, which are terrible. We're going to put all 3 of those with him, and he's going to draw another AI card. All right, good news, bad news. I only have to hit him 4 more times. Bad news is I have to get through that Mirage token. Spear, closest threat in field of view in range. Move towards somebody and stab them. All right, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right over there, it's the only person. And he's going to stab her with the spear. So this spear can go ahead and attack. He needs 3 dice. He's going to roll them up. He got a 6, a 2, and an 8. This 6 might not hit. He has a -1 accuracy token, bring it to 4. I've got monster grease, 5, 6. No, both of these hit. I block 1. I'm going to go ahead and see where I got hit for 4 damage. I got hit in the feet, which is terrible for Gold Moon. I don't think she has much there because she had to do all those king steps. Oh, we're in luck. She didn't take that many, so she's going to be down to 1 in her legs, which is just fine. Now, the interesting thing is she's going to lose 1 movement point. Let's go ahead and look at our silent him again. It says, when a survivor's movement is reduced to 0, they suffer a random brain trauma. Remove all tokens that the survivor gained from silent him. All right, here's the deal. I am not going to do that. What I'm going to do is this has 1 left in my movement tokens. I'm going to spend all my survival right now. That's going to be the deal. We're going to spend, oh, actually, I totally forgot. I could have dodged that attack. I'm going to totally dodge that attack. I blocked 1 and dodged the other. Why wouldn't I? I'm going to go ahead and go back up to 5 in the legs. I don't lose my movement token. Oh my gosh, I got to remember all the stuff I got. Totally going to dodge that attack. That's the way to do it. And since he's done, I believe she stands up and he stands up. I believe he still stays down because he fell down during this monster's turn, and it's after the monster completely goes through a round that you get to stand up. I'm not exactly sure. He could be up right now too. We're going to go ahead and move with her first. She only has 1 movement. She's going to have to reduce it to 0. Before she starts her turn, now I'm going to clear all my survival and get rid of that evil die. And now she's back up to 5 speed, but she has absolutely no survival. She's going to move up 1 and just attack. And she's going to use her blood paint to activate her whistling mace and her shield. The shield is going to go ahead and block. I love being able to block. We're going to roll our 3 dice though, and I need to get pretty much a perfect hit here in order for me to actually hit this guy. I got a perfect hit, so we get to get rid of the 3 evasion tokens. So this 6, I needed a 6, 5, 4, plus 3 is 7, so this is the only one that missed. The other 2 hit, and I get to discard this Lantern Mirage, which is good and bad. I have to actually hit now more often. Plus, I get to look at the top AI card, see if I want it or put it on the bottom. And we want to keep this right on top because I want to do a wound to get rid of that. We're going to go ahead now and draw our 2 AI cards. Our 2 AI cards are, of course, our battle pressure tokens. She has the king step. She's going to ignore that. She's going to draw 2 more cards. Now, I believe I draw past the king steps cards. And we're going to go ahead and see what we found. We found the halberd spear again. And we've also found a regal skirt. Oh, this one's going to cause the battle pressure cards to go back on top. Maybe if we can, oh, this isn't going to help either. All right, we're going to see if we win this thing. Come on, let's get a big number. We got a 9. That's, oh, she does have +1 luck. So she is able to critically wound this. It says the blow cracks the finely worked spear. He gains another -1 speed token. Oh my gosh, I've just shattered his spears all over the place. All right, that's another wound off the top of the deck. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can do it. I need another 9 is what I need. We did get another 9. Oh my gosh. So good. All right. We critically hit this. Your attack tears the monster's embroidered regala and leaves the, leaving only tatters. The sight of their enemy in disarray emboldens the survivors. All adjacent survivors may spend 1 survival to gain 1 courage. They're all going to do that. Is it adjacent? Oh, there's nobody that can do that. That makes me sad. All right. But we did do 2 wounds, which is awesome. And we did 2 critical wounds. So we're going to take our 2 AI cards, put them over here. All right. Now, the only 2 cards he has left is his Spear and Lantern Mirage. Then, of course, we do have to deal with his basic action card. But if he draws his Lantern Mirage, and that's the only one left after I take out a Spear card, let's say, then all I would have to do is take out his basic action. Oh, that'd be so good. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, just because Gold Moon got rid of the him doesn't mean the him stops. So I actually have to put her down to 4 speed again. She got rid of it and then activated on her turn. So when she activates, she has to lose 1 speed. I think the rest of our characters are all going to about become this as well. I'm going to go ahead and have Sarah do a dash. So she's going to go down to 1 survival. She's going to go, oh no, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her encourage him to stand up. And then after she encourages him, she's going to go down to 1. She's now going to go ahead and have somebody else do an action. I think we're going to have him go ahead and use his survival to go down to 4. When he goes down to 4, he is now going to go ahead and use his cat eye circlet. And we're going to see, of course, if he keeps his survival or not. We're going to roll our die. We got an 8. He gets to keep it, but not for long. and we get to see what the top 3 hit location cards are. I know one is those regal. Oh, we got a trap again coming. Oh, no, this is terrible. I'm just going to give him that order. I think it's going to be bad. All right, not much I can do about that. Oh, no. She can't surge anymore. She has absolutely no more survival. Sad. Huh. What can I do about this? Oh, no. If I could have just got the battle pressure card off, I could have had him shoot an arrow and knocked that trap off there. But I can't do that. I'm going to have to sacrifice somebody. Oh, this is bad. Huh. Or I wait around and just let him attack. He could attack with that spear again, which gives her -1 movement. And she could take the hits most likely. But those battle pressure cards are going to go back on top. That might not be a bad idea. We're going to go ahead and put that trap on top. I've got a plan. We're going to put the trap back on top. And what we're going to do is I'm actually just going to move. She's going to go down to 1 speed. Sarah's at 2 speed right now. She's going to go down to 1. That's okay. She's going to go down to 1, and she's going to move 1. He's also going to go down to 1. He's going to move 1. And he's going to stay right there. Oh, I lied. He's going to activate his screaming horns. Check this out. All insane survivors gain, non-deaf insane survivors gain a movement point. So she gains another movement point. He gains another movement point. They're all down to 1 movement point. And let's see, if he can do anything else. I don't think so. He can go ahead, and he's used this cat eye circlet, so he could go ahead, I guess, just and move. Well, he can move 1. That's awesome. And that's it for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I could shoot him with the bow, but I don't think that's going to do any big. Well, maybe if I would have looked at my character a little bit better, and people probably knew I had this in my grid, and I don't even know why I ever used it. -1 evasion token. That might work real good. Should have probably done this right at the beginning of the game, but I didn't. Maybe I should shoot this right now. I'm going to go ahead and dash him to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then shoot him with this claw head arrow. Why not? We're going to see if I keep my survival for dashing. I do. We're going to spend everything to see if we hit him. I'm just going to roll it right here. Let's see how we do. We hit him. Yay! I hit a battle pressure card, but he gets a -1 evasion token. I can't use the claw head arrow anymore. I've used it for this game. Now, if I was smart, I would have hit him with this a long time ago at the beginning of the game, but I didn't. So he's at -1 evasion, he has -1 accuracy, -1 toughness, but he does have +1 damage, and it's going to be his turn. I'm going to go ahead and forfeit all the rest of my stuff these guys could do. He's going to go ahead and start with his basic action. He's going to step backwards and attack her with that giant cleaver thing. We're going to go ahead, roll our 3 dice, and see how it goes. He was able to hit with only 1, I believe, because he has a -1. Yep, he only hit once. I'm going to block that hit. Nothing happens. That was that attack. He's now going to go ahead and shuffle up his 2 AI cards that he has and see which one he gets. All right, do a quick old shuffle, and he hits me with the spear. All right, so we know the other one is the lantern one. He's going to hit us with the spear. He's going to roll his 3 dice. We're going to see how this goes. I don't have my block anymore. He missed me twice. He's going to hit me in the... I don't have any way to dodge this anymore. I have no survival. Hits me in the body for 4 damage, and I'm going to lose a movement token. 4 damage to the body brings me down to 2, and I'm going to lose 1 movement, which means I'm going to go to 3 movement. All right, it's going to be our turn. I'm just going to drop this from the him to 2, and she's going to attack first. She's going to go ahead and attack with her whistling mace. Using the blood paint, she's going to block with the round shield. Let's see how she does. She needs to get a high number. She got a good enough number. She hit twice, which is fine. That's going to be enough to look through our 2 battle pressure cards right to the acid trap. We're just going to go ahead and deal with this. And let's see what it says here. The attacker's doomed. All survivors in 2 spaces of the monster suffer damage to a random hit location equal number of wounds. There's 1,000,000 on top of the deck. Any survivor with a shield may elect to protect themselves and ignore this trap. Now I have to go ahead and shuffle the deck and put these back on top. So now at this point, we are going to use all of Sarah's survival, which is 1, to get rid of the die that was dealing with our silent him. We're back up to full speed. Now our movement. Now at the beginning of her turn, she's going to go ahead and have to suffer 1 speed damage. She has 6 innate because of her boots. So she's going to go down to 5 speed. She's going to run in and attack him from the blind spot. She has to get through the 3 battle pressure cards first. We'll see how this goes. So we're going to go ahead and use our Cat Fang knife, and for me to do damage, I have to hit with all 4 of these attacks. Let's see how we did. Oh, I only hit with 3. I'm in the blind spot, so I get an extra accuracy, bringing it to 5. So that means at least I was able to get rid of the 3 king steps on top, or battle pressure cards, sorry. So I'm actually going to ignore 1, ignore the other one, and I'm going to give this one a try. Why not? What have we got to lose, except maybe my leg? Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I get to add 2 to this roll because I have 2 of those tokens. Oh, I got a 2. I got a 4. 4 can't be good. The monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with your own momentum. Spend 1 survival or suffer a random severe body injury. Oh, gain 1 tempo token. Maybe I am going to lose my leg. All right, we're going to go ahead and see where this random oh, in the body. All right, let's see what happens. We're going to roll up a d10 and see what happens. A severe injury to the body. Why did I do this? This is going to be a 4. Oh, okay, let's see what happens. 4 is a gaping chest wound. Suffer 1 permanent strength. This injury is permanent and can be recorded multiple times. And I gain 1 bleeding token. Oh, terrible. So Sarah gains a bleeding token and she gets a tempo token, which is awesome, but at the price of a gaping chest wound, and now she's pretty much back to mediocrity. She's going to go ahead and get knocked over for taking the severe injury, and we're going to go ahead and move into our other character's turn. The first thing we're going to do, Ullen is going to go ahead and use his survival to I'm going to surge to use his screaming horns, which means everybody gets +1 speed. I'm now going to go ahead and use my last survival to get rid of this die. We're now going to put it back down. It's going to be at a 4. So he gets to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to be able to go ahead and stab this guy with that spear because he's within 2. And the Lance of Longinus is coming into play. I need a 6+ in order to hit with this. Oh, I got +1 accuracy, so I only need a 5+. I hit twice. That's perfect. Let's see how we did. I need to hit 2 good places. The regal back and the regal knees. All right, we're going to go with the regal knees first because it's a first strike location. Let's see if we're able to wound it. We have rolled a 7 + 9. That's enough to wound it. And I think this is the one if I have any heavy gear. And I believe I do. I bet all that stuff is heavy. Armor set bone. No, actually none of it is heavy. I'm not holding any heavy things on him either. So we did wound this. That's awesome. And I get to continue going. Now we're going to go ahead and see what I can do to the regal back. I'm not using a dagger. We're just going to roll it up. We got a 6. That's enough. 6 + 9 is 14. Way more than enough to wound him. That's fantastic. We got 2 wounds. That's the end of his turn. We're going to go ahead and take 2 wounds off, which is everything but his basic action. It's the only thing he has left. This is his moment to shine. He can hit with that bow and win the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not necessarily win the game, but he can he can win the fight. He can take this guy down, and we take him down without taking any in deaths. It's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to see if we can shoot him. I need to hit him with that bow. So the bow needs a 6+ in order to hit. Let's see how we do. We got a 6+. I think that actually only needed a 4 or maybe a 5. We're going to see what our hit location card did. It all comes down to this. It's not the trap. It's the regal breastplate. All I need to do is wound this. Come on, wound it. We got a, oh no, a 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And what's his strength? Oh, he only has -1 toughness. Oh no, we didn't actually wound. We're going to have to go to another round. Let's see what it is. We have a total of 15. -1 is 14. He got a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, he missed. He is not the hero. He's the not hero. Now, before he made his attack, I would have gone ahead and spent all the survival I had to go ahead and get rid of that him. So I would have dropped that. I would have gotten rid of the die. There's no reason I would have taken a big giant attack. So he's going to go down to 4 speed again because the him is starting again. At this point, he's going to go ahead and perform his basic action, which sadly is going to target the survivor in the blind spot. I really wanted to hit him. So he's actually going to spin around and hit this guy. Oh, this is going to be terrible. All right, he's going to take a step back and then attack that character. He's going to make a sweeping motion, hitting this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, I think. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It's going to be the 2 in front and then the 2 on the side. So these two. Oh, no, it hits him as well. Oh, this is going to be bad. All right, let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and attack Sarah first. Let's see how this goes. She got hit 9, 3, and 2. These 2 miss. But this one hits. Let's see where it hits. She can't dodge. She has no survival, no nothing. This hits her in the body. She has nothing protecting her body, so she's just going to go ahead and roll on the severe injury table for the body. This is going to be bad. Oh, a 5. Let's go ahead and see what that says. I got a destroyed back. And as you can see, it does a whole bunch of stuff. The worst is gain 1 bleeding token, so she is dead. Now he's going to go ahead and attack Ullen. He's going to roll his 3 dice and see how he does. He missed with 1, but he hit with 2 others, and I can't do anything about it. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I got hit in the head and the body. Or, sorry, the waist. So the head means he's going to go down to 2 here, and the waist means he's actually going to get knocked down, mainly because I already got hit there once before. All right, he's knocked down, and he's at 2 in the head. So, per usual, she has died and he is knocked down. Oh, this poor character with this gear always seems to die. Now he's going to go ahead and attack character in the blind spot, so he's going to turn and move one space back and attack her now. Now, this is where I'm not sure. It tells me I'm supposed to draw an AI card, of course, when he goes to do it. If you can't, you use the basic action. I believe he does his basic action twice then. This attack is totally going to miss because I'm going to block this with my shield. All right, and that's the end of his turn. It's our turn now. And sadly, the only person that really has a good chance of taking this guy down is going to be Gold Moon. Gold Moon is going to lose another speed point or movement point, but she's going to move up and attack him. So we're going to block with our round shield and attack with our whistling mace. Let's see how this goes. I got a 6, 7, and a 9. All three of these are hit, and I can, well, there's no AI cards. So I don't need to look at anything. But the good news is I get to blast through all three of our battle pressure cards. And we get to see what the next three locations are. We have found the Regal faceplate that says if you hit with a dagger, nope, not going to be hitting with a dagger. If you hit with a dagger, nope, I need to get more daggers. And impervious, what's this one? The Kingsman gain, oh, nope, that's going to be last. All right, let's see if this wound, the Kingsman fights dirty. It doesn't really matter. Once I wound him, he's going to be dead. We're just going to go in that order and see what happens. I need to see if we can wound this guy. We got a critical wound. I should have gone with this one first because he got a critical wound. Oh, I would have gained one insanity side. All right, nope, that's good. We critically wounded him. That's it. We have been able to beat the Kingsman. So for defeating the Kingsman, we get to take on our aftermath here. It says, any victorious survivor may immediately select spear weapon proficiency regardless of age milestones. Any accrued ranks of a weapon proficiency are lost when switching to the new weapon. Now, since we were victorious, we gain 1 hunt XP, 1 weapon proficiency level, and our rewards. For our rewards, the air grows still and palpable. Feeling of dread comes over the survivor that dealt the final wound to the Kingsman, which would be Gold Moon. Suffers the King's Curse. Roll a d10 plus defeated monster level on the table below, and the group gains the following rewards. So we get to go ahead and roll a d10 and add 2 to the roll. We need to roll it in the picture here. Oh no, we got a 1. We get to add 2 though, so that means a 3. So we're going to have 1 to 4. It says add 2 broken lantern and 1 monster organ basic resources to the settlement storage. Actually, that's not bad at all because we need some scraps. So actually, this one might have been the first one I've ever rolled that actually is going to be good for us. And here's the King's Curse to remind ourselves. We have seen this before, but it says tragedy befalls the survivors that kills the Kingsman. Their body starts to sweat profusely and their flesh bubbles with extreme heat. The survivor must roll a hit location die on the King's Curse table. The survivor cannot gain more than 1 piece of regal gear per lantern year. Every piece of regal gear armor is cursed in this set. So the cursed, this may not be removed from your gear grid for any reason. When you die, archive this card. When a survivor completes the regal armor set, has all 5 pieces, they lose their humanity, become a Kingsman. Filled with a sense of urgent purpose, the survivor marches off into the darkness. The survivor can no longer be controlled by a player. Discard the record sheet. They are dead. So technically, we get about 5 more fights with them. But the way we fight, that person's probably going to last 1 or 2 more lantern years. So let's go ahead, roll our die, and see what we get. We've got the body, which is going to be right here. With a horrific crunch, your rib cage bursts from your chest and wraps drastically. Puncturing your internal organs, your open stomach pours acid over your exposed innards. You double over, vomiting foamy chunks everywhere. Finally, you stand, drawing no breath, but somehow alive. Gain the Regal placard. Rare gear, and place it in your gear grid now. The other returning survivors all suffer 3 brain event damage. Your body seems to move on its own. Gain the King Step Secret Fighting Art. Oh, I already have that, but that's okay. We're all going to suffer 3 brain damage, which isn't going to actually affect any of us. We're not going to take any serious wounds from that. We're just going to lose 3 insanity. And that's it. We were able to defeat the Kingsman at level 2. I can't believe it. Well, of course, as usual, we lost at least 1 person. But Gold Moon was our key to victory. Gaining that King Step was amazing. I played this last time, and a lot of people said I should never forego that king step, give it a shot. And that was true. She was a true superstar. Now, of course, sadly, she's now cursed. I'm going to go ahead and give her the gear when we get back to the settlement. And we're also going to take care of all the other milestones and everything that we do in the settlement, because these videos are a little bit long when we take on a nemesis. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. I'm having a blast. The Kingsman is so much fun. It's nice to fight these nemesis monsters, to break up all the different fights you do with the actual monsters in this game. I'm excited to get back to the settlement and maybe start making some new gear now that we have those extra 2 pieces of scrap. Now, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the next part of the game comes out. We're going to be doing the settlement and our hunt event next. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. If you're excited to see what our survivors can do when they get back to the settlement, of course, now we have a cursed character, then I need you to meet me at the table.